So today I'm trying something new on my channel. I was in a furnishing mood and not a building mood. So I was looking at the gallery and came across this build. It's built by FishySimmer, and this is the outside. I thought it had a really nice look to it. It's really well built, and so I was inspired to basically furnish the inside and of course finish the outside as well, because it's not it doesn't have any siding or anything. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I don't really have a name for this. It's called the Shell Challenge. That's what the build is called anyway. And so this actually took way longer than I thought. I kind of thought like, oh, I'll just quickly finish this up. It actually took a really long time, and I had a lot of trouble figuring out the layout, and I don't know why. I'm happy with how it turned out in the end, but I just couldn't figure out what to do with the layout. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. Like, the stairs are in the middle, and yeah, I just really thought that I'd have an easier time with it. So I do go back and forth between just everything. Like, basically everything you see me doing for the first few minutes is not how it ends up. And I had to shuffle some things. I really wanted to, I think in the description of the builder had asked that I don't change anything on the outside. And so the only thing that I did do is I moved the chimney over just to suit the placement of the fireplace better. Didn't move anything else though, windows and stuff. Like, I kept the original door. I think I changed the color of the roofing, but it turned out really well, I think, and I'm super happy with it. I wish that I could build a house this well. I mean, as much as I enjoy building, I'm not as good as building as I am at furnishing. I do think I'm actually pretty good at furnishing, and so I think that's why I enjoy it more. And this build was really fun. Once I actually figured out the layout, I started to really have fun. At first, I was like struggling a little bit, and I even left partway through to go upstairs and do that build instead. The idea I have for this house is, I mean, it's not a huge house, but it's a pretty upscale house is what I was thinking. And in my mind, I pictured like a I don't want to say wealthy, but well off, I guess, couple living in this house. And I pictured the woman to be like a trophy wife. So she has expensive taste and has like a walk-in closet and a fancy bathroom, and I used a lot of the stuff from the Vintage Glamour stuff pack because it really suited what I was going for. And it turned out to be kind of fancy on the inside, but I think it turned out really well. The whole house kind of flows together pretty well, and maybe I did use the same things maybe too much, like the wallpaper and everything, but overall, by the time I got into the screenshots, I was just really happy with it. I tried to put the kitchen at the back of the house here, but it wasn't working out, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I thought it was kind of a waste of space to put it back there, so I scrapped that idea. The whole back of the house was my main struggle. The back, the back of the main floor was what I really struggled with. And then I think we're paused here for a second. Oh, what was distracting me? I don't even remember. I'm not cutting this out. It's staying. Basically, yeah, I put the kitchen on the other side of the house because I thought it just worked better. And I originally was going to have a laundry room, but I also scrapped that idea as well. I just thought it didn't really fit. I know it sounds silly to say, oh, laundry room doesn't fit the aesthetic, but it really didn't. And I wanted to use the space for other things. So, yeah, I was picturing I kind of, I guess you could say wealthy, because they do have really nice stuff. I mean, their house isn't huge, but affluential, is that the word? I guess I could use that word to describe the people living here. So every time I do a build or like furnishing or whatever I'm doing, I always try to picture the Sims that would be living in this house. And so yeah, in my mind it was like maybe a business, someone in business or politics, like a husband that's away all the time, and the wife just shops and buys furniture and goes to the spa. Like, that's basically what I had pictured in my mind. And they don't have any kids either. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want with this house if you want to download it. But in my mind, I thought the house was just perfect for that idea. And I've been doing a lot of builds that have kids' rooms and stuff. So this time I just used the extra rooms for a couple of spare bedrooms. Yeah, and that's, I guess like one kid's room would have been ideal, but I don't know, I was just getting bored of doing it all the time. And so I wanted to do something a little bit different. Finally, we're getting into the actual layout of the house. I tried so hard for so long, and I considered cutting out the first part of it because I went for so long trying to figure out how I wanted it to go. And I ended up being really frustrated with it in the beginning. And I thought, nah, I'll just leave it in there because it's part of the build. It's part of what I struggled with. And I don't know, it's how I ended up here. So yeah, in the end, it all works out. It looks really good. I've been watching a lot of Little Simsy's videos. I have to admit, at first, this sounds so mean, but first I really didn't like her videos. I don't know why. It's like I wasn't going to give her a chance. But actually, I am kind of addicted to her channel now, and I watch everything. And she does a lot of fixer-upper videos. I think she has one day a week where she does fixer-uppers. And so when I typed in on the gallery hashtag fixer-upper, most builds that were on there had hashtag fixmeuplittlesimsy. And they were just specifically for that. So I found this one and it had that hashtag as well. And I asked them if I could use this build to do a video on my channel. And I'm glad they said yes because I really wanted to do this one. I would have done it anyway, even if I couldn't record it. I just don't feel right about not asking somebody if I can use their build in a video, even though that's kind of why it's up there. But either way, yeah. So then after this house, I did want to do a fixer-upper. Some of the houses up there were like super overgrown and just full of like furniture, and they use like the show objects cheat to just fill the house with so much stuff. And then I decided I really wanted to try one of those, like a kind of like a home renovation, or not even a renovation, a makeover. And so that'll be my next video that I post. I did do a fixer-upper video as well. I found an old rundown house and decided to make over that one as well. And I had fun with both these challenges. The shell challenge is fun because I got to pick out the layout, and the fixer-upper was fun too because I got to kind of do the before and after pictures, and it was really fun. And I think I'm going to do more of those kinds of videos on my channel. As much as I do enjoy building, sometimes I'm just really not in the mood for it because I do struggle a little bit with it, but furnishing comes quite naturally, and I don't find it to be stressful. I think it's kind of relaxing and enjoyable. And sometimes that's just what I'm in the mood for. I'm not in the mood for racking my brain and getting frustrated and stuff. I just really wanted to, relax and fill it up with furniture, and because I always enjoy it. Sometimes it's a challenge. But for the most part, it's one of my favorite things about The Sims. Well, other than gameplay, but furnishing, I love all the options that we have. So the kitchen, I just kind of kept it quite modern with that white and black. And then the living room, I really wanted to, or the dining room is where we are now. I wanted to make it super fancy. And so I filled it with, basically the whole house is filled with vintage glamour stuff. Because I haven't used much in the pack yet, and so this build was kind of an excuse for me to use all that stuff, because for me it's new, for everyone else it isn't, but yeah, so I really wanted it to have kind of a fancier, more expensive taste. I might even make the Sims that I picture living in this house, and have them move in, just because, I don't know, I think it'd be fun. I've got a very, very clear image in my head of who lives here. Yeah, so I just made this other side of the house a formal seating area. Growing up, my mom had this room in the house that was, we weren't allowed to go in it. It was the stupidest thing ever. Oh, I thought. My brother and I were not allowed to go in this room. It had like it had antiques in there and like a really fancy, I didn't think it was that fancy, but it was a really comfortable couch. And so it was super tempting to not want to go in there and play on it, but we were not allowed. And I always thought that was just the most ridiculous thing ever. But now I kind of get it. It's just a formal seating area, and that's what this is. So it doesn't have a TV in this room. I made a special room just for a TV. I guess you could call it a den. That's what my grandma calls her TV room, because she also does not like TVs in the living room, and I guess that's where my mom got it from. They think they're fancy, I guess. But anyway, yeah. So this whole area is just for that. And there was no love seat or chairs to match that couch that I had there, so I just kind of threw in a couple that I liked. And I realized in the foyer there wasn't really much, I guess, space for I guess I put a shoe rack there, but the foyer is quite small, so you just kind of walk in and you're right in the middle of everything. Stairs are in front of you. The den and the office, I think, both have those. Oh, that I don't do the office until last, but the den and the office both have those glass kind of French doors. I don't know why. I just kind of like I like the look of it, basically. And another thing that I realized later on, well, I'm seeing it now, but I didn't realize it at the time. That door that goes into the bathroom was meant to lead into the open formal area, and it leads into the office instead. I didn't mean to do that, so I would move that door just so that it's accessible to everybody else in the house, not just you don't have to go through the office to get into the bathroom. Because there is only just one half bath on this floor, and then upstairs there's 2 full baths. So yeah, I just filled the den with, like, I put the bookshelf and a TV in there, and I really think we need a corner bookshelf, like one that goes into the corner of the room, because I think that would look really good. I struggled to fill up those spaces. I just didn't know what to do. So I think if I ever have trouble and I don't know what I'm doing, I just leave and come back later, and then usually I have an easier time with it. This is the bathroom. I use those curtains in pretty much every room of the house because I just liked them so much. And I just use them in different colors. And, I think it went really well. And I love those pink tulips that come in that, oh, they're so nice. Vase? I don't know how to say it. I don't know what's right. So I don't know. And then this back room is meant to be an office for, in my mind, for the politician or, business guru that lives here. So I did, just put a desk in there, a couple of bookshelves, and I think I put a chair, but I can't remember. I got rid of the archway that was leading out into the back part of the house because it just wasn't necessary, and then that way I could put a chair there. And then the French doors as well. And I'm just trying to keep up with myself here. Yeah, so that's the main floor. Basically I did this in 2 parts because it took me way, way longer than I thought it would, and I kind of had to leave the build for a bit and come back, just because I find if I'm running out of inspiration, that's when I end up not liking my builds very much. So after the main floor, I actually did take a little bit of a break and go on to the upstairs. The upstairs is my favorite, the master bedroom. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it. It has like gold and black, and I really like it. It doesn't suit the downstairs at all because it's very like white and light colors, but for some reason I had to use the black and gold theme for the upstairs. So I just did the back part as like a little entryway. Didn't really put much back there. A mirror and like a storage shelf, and that was pretty much it. I may have gone a little too crazy with this wallpaper. Actually, I know that I did, because I used it in every single room pretty much, but I just liked it so much. And that bed, I'm obsessed with the bed that I put in the master bedroom. It is so nice, and I just want it in real life, basically. I would love if my room looked like how this one turns out. So I'm feeling like I might be doing like some fixer-upper builds on my channel maybe once a week or something like that, just because I'm really enjoying it. I don't really have any plans or immediate plans, I guess, for my channel. I guess because when season comes out, I'm going to go crazy over that. And I'm going to do a Let's Play on that, but I think that's going to take up most of my time, so I probably won't be doing much building. I don't see myself being in a building mood when seasons comes out. I'm going to be in a playing mood, I'm pretty sure. I watched I started watching the live stream. I really didn't want to. I tried not to because it's just a spoiler to me. Like, I want to save something for gameplay. And so I was going to start watching it, but I had the video up and everything, and I was mad at myself for doing that. And, they started the video, and for some reason, like, I forget what the gurus' names were. Like, they had, like, 3 sim gurus. I think they had, like, 4 or 5 that were, like, rotating out. But to start off, they had this woman. Let me tell you about this woman. Her name was Sim Guru Rad, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, she completely ruined the experience for me. And thanks to her, I did not watch the video. I left because she was so annoying. They started the video and she was loudly laughing and just being dumb and really annoying me. And I was like, nope, why are you here? And then I even commented on the video saying that she was super unprofessional and I couldn't even watch the video because she ruined it being obnoxious. And I was like, nope, this woman belongs behind the scenes. Please do not consider her for participation next time. And I had like 50 likes on that comment. So I'm thinking I'm not the only one that feels that way. So that means I can talk about it. She sucks. If I don't know, I forget. Is it Sim Guru Rad? Yeah, you suck. Like, she's never going to watch this because really, who is? But seriously, you suck. Please stay seated at a desk for the next video and do not participate. That's just my only request. As a lover of all things Sims, please don't participate ever again. Anyway, so yeah, I attempted to watch the live stream of the seasons and couldn't get through it. I watched just a few minutes and then someone else commented and said all she's doing is fangirling and misdirecting the other gurus. And I was like, yep, you're right. That is exactly what she's doing. So that's my little rant about the live stream. Didn't watch it. So I'm glad I didn't watch it because I did want to save some stuff for gameplay. So I'm kind of happy that she was being such a pain because it meant that I left and now I'll have even more surprises for when I actually play it. And I found out that Sims 4 Seasons actually releases at 10 p.m. on Thursday night my time. So that is really exciting for me. So that means I get to play it Thursday night. I thought I was going to have to wait till morning. Part of me was like, okay, I'll wait till the midnight release. But now I've decided that I'm actually going to wait until, well, I guess I did decide that I was going to wait until the next day. But now I get to play it at 10 p.m. that night. So that's really exciting. I have cleared my schedule. That's what I'll be doing. That's where you'll find me, glued to the computer playing Seasons. Which I'm really excited for. And I know that a lot of the YouTubers went to EA Play and they're going to be uploading their gameplay from Seasons. Like, they all got to play it for like 15 minutes or whatever, and they're all allowed to upload their footage on Monday, and I do not want to see it. Like, I have to avoid it somehow. I know that it's hard for me because I do want to see it, but at the same time, I feel like with this pack, they have left nothing for us to discover on their own. And I find that really frustrating that there's been so many spoilers. I think too many spoilers. And they haven't really left much for us. So I'm trying to leave some surprises for myself, basically. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, is waiting for the game to come out and playing it myself. And then I'll watch the YouTubers' gameplay after I've played the game. But it's been really hard to boycott all things Seasons. I haven't boycotted everything. I have been watching some videos and like news and info videos, and I've been seeing their tweets on Twitter. But for the most part, I know it sounds like I'm not leaving much for myself, but I really am. I haven't watched nearly as much as they have put out there. But anyway, back to the build. Enough about me freaking out about Seasons. So the outside, I'm so happy with the outside. It's got that like gray brick and the dark navy blue color, and I'm living for it. It looks great. And the black trim, I think, it looks really good too. Like, the bones of this house are just so good. I'm so happy with the outside of it. Well, the inside too, but yeah, I'm happy that I got to do a shell challenge. Well, I guess I didn't get to do the whole thing. I get to finish a shell challenge. And that was really exciting for me. So I didn't really do much with the landscaping because, like I said, if I'm not in a building mood, I'm not in a landscaping mood. That's like the last thing I want to do. So I kept it to a minimum. I always put like a barbecue back there, and I think I even put a pond in the back. But like I said, I don't know. I just didn't want to do too much with the backyard because, like I said, I just wanted to furnish. So the backyard is not very impressive, and I apologize for that. I think by the time I was done furnishing, I was just so happy with the inside that I almost didn't care what the backyard looked like. And I've been watching other videos where they don't do anything with the backyard at all. So I'm like, oh, okay, if they don't do anything at all, then I can certainly get away with doing just a little bit. And I did this exact idea in my crazy cat lady build. I did like a corner pond. And so I decided to do that again. I don't know why, I just really, really like the idea of putting a pond there. And I realize it looks kind of silly with the fence against one side, but my grandma had a pond, and it was like that in her house. So it does happen. It does exist. But yeah, I didn't really put much out here. I think I put like a little hose on the back of the house just for a little bit of detail, and some flowers in the back. And now we are getting into the screenshots of the final build. So you can download this house on the gallery. I have already uploaded it. And thank you, FishySimmer, for letting me do a video on this. And, oh yeah, my origin ID is Haley1922. Thanks for watching.